Hello, my name is Michelle Christine. I am an energy practitioner, ecstatic dance, and breathwork facilitator, and welcome to my YouTube channel. I created this online space so that you might have access to a variety of free and accessible mini practices, tools, and resources to support you in building and maintaining a healthy nervous system while working your way into a variety of opportunities for self-expression and what I like to refer to as soul-aligned living. I also wanted to share a little bit about myself and how it is I found my way into this particular trade and why it is I've decided to dedicate my life to these particular practices to support myself and others in wellness. So there were days where, maybe like you, I had a hard time getting out of bed. Things seemed to be really, really difficult, and I wasn't able to move forward in a good way. I noticed that my nervous system had gotten to a place where I wasn't able to handle regular everyday stressors in a way that served. And so over time, what I needed to do, what I chose to do, was really go back to the basics and learn about what it is to presence myself, to resource myself, and to create a place of safety. Now, I know there's many different conversations these days about what safety means and how that looks. And for me, what that meant was actually on almost that animal instinct level, recognizing, am I in danger? Am I in harm's way? And from there, beginning to go through Maslow's hierarchy of needs to see, where am I? Do I have food, water, shelter? Am I getting enough sleep? Do I have healthy relationships? And so on and so on. And so what I've done on my own journey is really branch out into a variety of tools. Once upon a time, I worked in mental health and suicide prevention, and I had a first-hand opportunity to see and experience how institutionalized mental health and wellness care looks. Now, there are many benefits to those models. Particularly, what I found helpful was training in dialectic behavior therapy, which I do incorporate into some of my work. What I didn't super agree with was the lack of resources, priority, and commitment to learning about how our environment, our collective social environment, as well as our spiritual life, contribute to our wellness. And so in my own journey, I really branched out into that, and I began to learn more about, the mysteries, the mystics, energy healing, ritual, ceremony, some of those old ways. And what I found through a multitude of incredible teachers and role models and influences was a variety of tools that I've now been able to pull together to create ways in which feel right and align for me to provide individuals with one-on-one direct support as well as group programming. And so what does it have to do with you? Well, what it means is that together, should we choose to work together, or should you simply choose to explore this YouTube channel and have this be a gift from me to you? Please use these resources in any way that you see fit. My goal is to help create a space where you can come to when you're looking to balance, to realign, to become grounded and presenced, to connect and build a relationship with the breath, with the heart, with the soul, and to clear any energetic blocks. And when I speak to what that is, and if you're wondering why I'm looking over to the side, one of the modalities that I'm trained in is called the Mason method. And this is my kit. And each of these vials is filled with water and is charged with the frequency and vibration of different beliefs and trapped emotions. Now, why? Because water is able to hold the frequency of whatever it is that we place near it. There are many scientific studies done that show when you take a glass of water and you freeze it with the word love on top, and then you take a glass of water and you freeze it with the word fear on top, and the constellation and the designs in the water can tell the stories about the ways in which the water can hold the frequency of these different vibrations, these different words, experiences, emotions. And so when I work with clients using the Mason method, one of the things we do is, of course, I listen. What are you living? What are you working on? What is your intention? What is it that you'd like to see if we can make happen here? And then I use energy testing, muscle kinesiology. For me, it's simple. I say, show me yes, show me no, show me true, show me false. And by doing this, some people use their body. It's called the sway test. And what that is, it's tapping into the wisdom of our body and believing that at the core of who we are, we already know what's in our highest and best interest. And that might actually be different than what we want or what we believe to be true on a conscious level. And so I'm working with your conscious level, your subconscious level, as well as your soul level to say, okay, what is it that's asking to be worked in your space? And so using these vials and using muscle testing, we can explore, and of course with your permission, we can explore what is it that you're holding on to? What is it that is preventing you and stopping you from releasing trapped emotions or the way in which trauma might be living in your body on a cellular level or a subconscious level or a soul level? And we're able to tap into this, and then using a variety of tools and modalities, we can clear that. Now, does that mean that we're going to go from 0 to 100 lickety split? No, it doesn't mean that at all. That's not what I'm saying. I'm not saying that I'm going to fix and change your life in one session. What I am saying is that we can explore some of the blocks that are in your space and work together to clear them and create opportunity for you to hold new realities, new possibilities, and new beliefs. And so if you continue to look through my YouTube channel, there is a section in my playlist that's called Energy Clearing and Rebalancing. And I invite you to go there to receive a free clearing and to learn and understand a little bit more about what this particular modality is and how it works. And again, one of the reasons that I've chosen to work with this particular tool is because I have gone through the gambit of modalities. I've seen a variety of healers and tools and counselors, and not because there's anything wrong with me, not because I had a belief that I need to be fixed, but because I'm a seeker. I'm someone who constantly is curious to know more, to learn more, to be in connection with people who have more lived experience, more wisdom, more knowledge and skill, or perhaps just different than what I have, and to see how their reflections and the way in which they've walked this world can bring some kind of mirroring to help me better understand myself and the direction in which I want to move, or am being called to move. And so this particular modality, the Mason method, was created by a woman named Karen Mason. For those of you who are familiar with energy psychology, energy healing, perhaps you're familiar with the emotion code. So similar principle, but particular a different implementation. And so Karen Mason, I met her in Coburg, Ontario when I was 18 years old. And I was having a hard time, and I wasn't able to receive the support or guidance from what institutionalized care or counseling may have provided. And so I was introduced to Karen, and there was something about the way that she worked with me and in my space that allowed me to release and feel relief and to gain perspective and tools in a realm that at that time I didn't understand, but my subconscious knew it to be true. And so year after year, I would continue to see her. And sometimes there would be weeks or months, sometimes even years in between, where I would be living abroad or doing something else, and I wouldn't be working one-on-one with her. And yet, time after time, I would come back, and I would come back, and I would come back. And so a few years ago, when she had mentioned she was going to be doing a certification so that individuals like myself could become practitioners, I had to say yes, and I chose to say yes. And ever since then, I've been offering this particular modality in collaboration and connection with authentic and ecstatic dance and movement and breathwork, and using dream tools and ceremony and ritual and land-based practices to help people come back to the core of who you are so that you may remember, so that you may clear any blocks that are no longer needing to be in your space, and find an alternative route forward. My hope, my goal, my desire is to support you with the agency to give you the tools that you need so that you can be responsible for your wellness, and that I may just be someone here to guide you and support you on your journey. So again, thank you for being here. Please take some time to check out what I have available for you. And if you have any questions, feel free to follow me on Instagram at Michelle_Christine, or visit my website, www.michellechristine.ca. I'd love to hear from you. Have a great day.